everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MissPetiteRu. I'm actually quite petite. I'm 4'9", and this week I'm going to talk to you about my favorite place to travel to in the world. It is Japan. From the first time to my 5th time of traveling, I still want to go back to Japan so much. I'm going to tell you why, and the reason why I wanted to do this series is because it was my birthday this past week. A few years ago, I celebrated my birthday in Japan, and it was amazing, and the shopping for Petites is amazing as well. But because there's so much to say about Japan, I'm going to split this into 2-part series. So let's start with part 1 today. For the best place for petites 5 foot and under, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to be notified when I post a video every Wednesday. So the first reason why Japan is such a great place to travel to is that it is super safe and super clean. So I remember seeing little kids, like a 7-year-old, just going onto the public trains by themselves to go to school, and they're 7. It's so safe. And the other thing is that it's so clean. I remember there was a time when I traveled to Japan myself and met someone from the UK, and he was really shocked about how clean it was in Japan as well. He said in London, there's garbage cans everywhere, very accessible, but there's garbage everywhere. Whereas in Japan, there's not a lot of garbage cans around, but there is almost zero garbage on the floor. And so that shows how clean it is, and it's also taught at a very young age, because in schools in Japan, they do not have custodians or janitors. The kids are responsible to clean up after themselves after school. So this is taught at a very young age, and this is why I find Japan very different from the rest of the world. And then number 2 reason why I love Japan so much is that if you are a petite woman like myself, you will not feel so alone. There is a lot of petites 5 foot and under in Japan. There is a lot of women our size, and you just feel like you really fit in when you're there. And that goes to number 3, is that there is a lot of great shopping because there are petites like us in Japan. So there is amazing shopping in Japan, and especially in Tokyo. Shibuya is definitely the place to go shopping for any major stores that you want to find. I definitely recommend checking out Shibuya 109, where you can find great shoe sizes for petites, as well as I would really recommend checking out North American brands that you know well. For example, Banana Republic, The Gap, even Old Navy, and Zara, H&M, and when Forever 21 was so around, was amazing there as well. These brands are actually more luxury style brands in Asia. And the quality of the good stuff in Zara and Banana Republic and The Gap is very, very good. And the sizing really fits really well because it sizes tailors to Japanese, which are a lot more petite as well. So I definitely recommend checking that out. And because the styles are actually quite fashion forward, because Tokyo is actually one of the fashion capitals of the world, and so these brands definitely tailor to the fashionistas in Japan, and so I would definitely check that out. Another area I would definitely recommend is Harajuku. It's actually a lot of cosplay there, but a lot of these shops like Nike, or back then I would definitely go to the Forever 21 there, because even this dress was from Forever 21. Very inexpensive. It was like 15 Canadian dollars, and I've had this for 4 or 5 years. Something I can easily dress up or down and just roll into my suitcase because it folds up really well. But unfortunately Forever 21 is no longer there, but H&M is still very nice there as well. And in Harajuku, a lot of the things are not as busy compared to Shibuya, and there are also a lot of local little like petite boutiques that are very cute. And that is actually kind of like the cosplay district. A lot of times if you go walk around that district, you'll see a lot of people dressed up. So I would definitely check Harajuku out. And now I'm gonna give you a little secret that I don't tell a lot of people because I still want to have this district more for the locals, but it's a place called Daikayama. I would actually call it like the hipster town of Tokyo. Lots of hipster donut shops, coffee shops, and dessert places. It's a very beautiful and aesthetically pleasing environment to walk around. They have an amazing bookstore as well. The architecture there is beautiful. And the shopping there is actually really nice. A lot of locals shop there. So just between you and I, don't tell a lot of people, but definitely I would say one of the gems that I found in Japan. Now, on top of shoes, on top of clothing, I have to say I found amazing lingerie, underwear, and bras in Japan. And I was really shocked with the sizing actually, because in America, normally you probably at most find a 30-inch here, ribcage for bras at the smallest size. But in Japan, the sizing is in centimeters, but inches equates to 26 inches as their smallest. And actually my rib here is actually 26. So I was really shocked when I was like, oh my gosh, I fit 65. But then also the sizing really confused me because I am 30A or 32A in America. But when I got there and I tried an A, the salesperson came in and said, oh, I don't think that's the right sizing for you. And I was like, really? What sizing am I? So definitely check out the sizing because I think they said I was a 65C, which I was very confused with. The sizing is just different. It doesn't mean you're a C cup or anything else. But it definitely tailors to petite women. And here are two other brands that I really find their lingerie super cute and super nice, and I bought a lot from them the last few times I've been there. So it is Una Kulnana. It's the first one, very cute and very good quality. And the next one is called Peach John, and that's one of the lingerie shops I found at Shibuya 109. So definitely check that out. So getting around Tokyo may be confusing. So my next tip is actually for transportation. And so if you are a foreigner going into Japan, you can actually get a railway pass that can basically allow you to go around Kyoto, Osaka, any other regions around there to Tokyo. But this is a major tip and a major advice is that you actually have to purchase that railway pass before you go to Japan. If you go to Japan and ask for it, they will not sell it to you. I think because this is a special promotion for foreigners, they do not want to have any like discrepancy or like someone faking that they are not Japanese, but they are. And so this is a special discount for foreigners. Another thing is that because it's unlimited for like either 7 days or 14 days. So definitely get the pass if you're thinking of staying a longer period of time in Japan to save a little bit as well. Now the other part of transportation I would like to say is it can get really confusing. I remember the first time I was in Tokyo, it looked like a spider web and I was so confused, very confused. And because it's like it's not like you buy a ticket and then it goes multiple locations for any time frame. It's actually per location that you buy a ticket for. So depending how far it is, that's how much more it'll be costing. And then on top of it, you can also get like a Metro card that they have there to basically put in the money that you want to put into. So you don't have to buy a ticket every time. You can just load up how much you want to put in. But one of my biggest tips is that I love traveling on the Yamamoto line, and sometimes will just buy a day pass for the Yamamoto line because all these stops, if you can see on this map, is very like popular. One of the most popular train lines, because each of these stops are quite a good line. For example, like I mentioned, shopping districts, Harajuku, Shibuya is there. Ueno is also another really nice street market and street shopping district as well, which is on this map as well. And if you wanted to go to Tokyo Station, which is the largest station in Tokyo, obviously named Tokyo, and that's where the Imperial Palace is, as well as some luxury brands. If you want to do some shopping there for luxury brands, it's also Tokyo Station. Now, I've actually stayed at the second location of the second largest station in Tokyo, which is Shinagawa. And Shinagawa is actually a really good station to stay at if you are deciding to travel outside of Tokyo, because that is a great way to transit out of Tokyo to Kyoto to other parts of Japan as well. So this is a great line, and I think it was 900 yen, which is about $10 USD, to have a whole day pass on this line. So that's a great way to hit up a lot of locations in a day or two through just traveling on this line. So that concludes part 1 of my Japan series, but stay tuned for next week, as I will talk about a lot of great food locations as well as attractions to see in Japan and in Tokyo. And I will talk a little bit on Kyoto and Osaka next week as well, so stay tuned to that. I will also have a guide for you for the locations to shop, attractions to see, and my tips to travel in Japan. So stay tuned to that. Comment below and let me know if you want to travel to Japan after the pandemic, and give me a shout out if you're 4'9" like me or 5 foot and under. I'm also building a community on Facebook dedicated to women 5 foot and under to talk about their challenges, their struggles, and their wins in life. And if you want to join that group, the link is below the description here. And I'm also on Instagram at MissPetiteRu. Check out part 2 next Wednesday. And here are 2 other videos that I have made just for petites 5 foot and under. Please enjoy. And if you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to my channel if this really resonates with you. And I will see you next week. Bye!